Welcome to Bunnies TV. We're here at the Rabbitohs Centre for Captains Run v Eels. We take on the Parramatta Eels tomorrow night, 7:35 at Acorn Stadium. And I'm joined here by a few fans that are listening to me rattle on. But yeah, it's a nice day here in Sydney. Nice and warm, perfect conditions for a run. And a few of the players are out already. Let's just zoom in and have a look. AJ there. On the left, Alex Johnston. 189 tries, 219 NRL games, and wouldn't it be nice to see him score one or two tomorrow night and beat the Eels? The big news is obviously that Cody Walker is out. Unfortunately, one of our biggest Indigenous stars won't be wearing the Uncle Joe Walker strip, and just let me show you Uncle Joe. He's just sitting there. I had a chat to him. There's the guy that designed the jersey. He's a champion fella, really good artist, and there's Jai Arrow, come out now. Tane Milne, he's back in the centres. So yeah, like I said, Cody out, and I imagine that Dion Tiapa will come in, but we shall see. So it'll be Dion and Jack Whiten in the half. So Coach Hornby has decided to make the change, and it was going to be Cody and Whiten, but obviously that's not going to happen now, with Cody being out. There's a few families in here today. It's a big day. There's, like I said, it's Indigenous round where we celebrate the proud heritage of our Indigenous culture at this club and in this country. I took a good photo with actually Uncle Joe and Tommy Burgess the other day, and I thought that was a nice one. You know, Tommy, the big Englishman, wearing the Indigenous training shirt, and Uncle Joe there, the designer. There's my mate, Blockhead Lions. Former Rabbitoh. Now he works the door at the home games out there at the stadium. You won't get in the door unless that bloke lets you, let me tell you. And yes, that might be Luke there, his son. Anyway, I thought that looked like Luke. Anyway, back to the boys. So it looks like Cheeks is over there now. So Cheeks will be playing in the centres. And there's Dion too, I think, is it? Let's go in a bit closer. It is a bit glary, like I tell you before. I look across into the sun here for forward training. We'll just take you out onto the field, and AJ's gone out there. You can live chat, and there's already some people in there. Welcome to Karina Haza, and I think Oscar was in there. It's her boys. I'm joined by Amani Darwich this morning. She's a student sports journalist, and she's here to observe. I might get a run for a bit of a chat later when we interview Coach Hornby. So yeah, they're coming out slowly. It was a 10 o'clock start, and I did say 9:45, so I know a few of you have been waiting, but I appreciate it. And there's Trell. So I was in the Burrow Cafe this morning. So if you're coming out here to the Heffron Centre today, just a quick one. The Burrow Cafe are having a high tea for cancer. So everything you buy that they put up for this promotion will go towards the Cancer Council. So I bought a couple of little bacon egg little treats this morning with a coffee. So yeah, even if you want to make the special trip just in to come and see Ricardo and Karina, tell them Bunnies TV sent you, and they'll look after you with a nice cuppa and some high tea for cancer. And I did see the reason I thought of that is because I did see Latrell in there this morning. There's a few of the boys, they all come in and get a coffee and say hello, do the rounds. And like I said, Uncle Joe was in there having a coffee with Alicia. And so it is Captain's Run, and like I said, we suspect that Dion will come in to half because he is the 18th man, and he has been playing there the last couple of weeks, so we have got a ready-made replacement for Cody. So it's going to be interesting. Dion to start, and Jack Whiten, the 250 gamer, who was Speaker of the Devil, has just come out, will be wearing the 6 jersey for the first time for the Rabbits. I think it's going to be a good move. He's got plenty of experience. He's got good hands. He's a good defender. He can run the ball. So there's no real downside. We've got to try something. We have lost 9 games and only won 1. We've lost 6 in a row. And we are meeting an Eels side that aren't going too well either. They've sacked their coach and they've lost 4 in a row too. So he is hoping that we bounce back in Indigenous round, home game at Acor Stadium. Now, a lot of you know the New South Wales Cup's on before. For those that did it, the New South Wales Cup's on before at 5:05. So you get to watch 2 games. It's a double header. And then earlier in the morning, out at Urco Oval, our Flegg boys want to continue their winning ways against the Eels. And that's going to be interesting. The return of Hazen Mellors, the big Queenslander, on the wing. So for those that are keen, you can come and watch the game at Urco, then head out to Homebush for the afternoon games. Because and let me tell you, the Flegg boys have been playing some good footy. I'll just come back across. Just noticed Tallis Duncan there. There he is. Tal. Is that Tal and Cookie? So taking you on the field with the mighty Rabbitohs here. Live and free on Bunnies TV across Australia and around the globe. And we are brought to you by the Juniors Group of Clubs, George's Cameras and SEQ IT. And there's Lockie over there on the crutches. It's the walk and wounded here. Junior's been getting around on a scooter, and we've got little fans come over here to say hello. Yeah, I saw Isaiah Tass in a moon boot on Tuesday, so there's a lot of moon boots and crutches with this group at the moment. I'm going to try and have a chat to Coach Hornby a bit later, and I might ask him about the progress of some of our stars. I think, well, obviously Lockie's done for the year, but there's a few others that we might be able to get a bit of a time frame on. Big Tom coming off the bench. It's a powerful bench this week, I think. Big Thomas is there and Tallis. So we're looking to keep the pressure on the Eels the whole game. There's Gags, Jacob Gagai, back on the wing after he was off for a couple of games, but he's back. Gags. Who else we got over here? Keon, putting his shoes on. And Davey Mawale. Yeah, so thanks for joining us. I know it's tough times for the club. We haven't won many games. We've won 1 game, like I said, but we'll stick solid. We'll just stick solid. We'll watch the filming of the boys as they warm up. Check them out. And I'll just come back a bit. So like I said, it is a glary morning here in Sydney. So who we got in there? Nathan D. Why do they train so late in the morning? I don't know. Well, it's the day before the game. They probably don't want to get up too early. Karina said speedy recovery to Cody. John Rep's in there. Yeah, so thanks for live chatting. But like I said, I'm filming and also commentating. So I'm doing a bit of multitasking. Yeah, but I have got an apprentice here today. Amani, she's in her 2nd year of a sports journalism degree. You're going to do a master's too, eh?
I was going to do a master's in teaching,
Yeah.
But I think I'm just going to graduate with my bachelor's and just get straight into it, mate.
Just graduate with a bachelor's. Wow.
Yeah, it's journalism.
Well, that'd be cool. That will be cool. And our NRLW, we haven't got an NRLW, but our women's team, so they've been getting out. I saw Coach Jason Dora, he put a photo up of the girls out for a dinner after training or something. So look for myself and Amani to head to some of those women's team training sessions, and we'll get to know a few of the players. I saw Maddie Studden was there with the girls, so interesting team, and a couple of the girls have come up from the Tasha Gale. I think Lanice Wright was there, and Abby Ritchie. There's a few there, so interesting to see how our girls go. We only want success for our women's team, that's for sure. And then we'll have 4 teams to report on here. The first grade, the New South Wales Cup, the Flag, and the women's team when they start. I think it's July something. And we'll try and stream a few of their games too. We're going to try and stream Saturday's game too. Rabbitohs v Eels at Urco Oval. The boys are all starting their drills now, so we can keep filming for a while till they tell us to turn the cameras off. You can hear the sights and sounds of the Rabbitohs Centre. So it's a marvellous May morning here in Maroubra. Like I said, and I was just talking to Tony Cook from the Laperouse Panthers, and he said that this weekend they're going to let some junior teams play on this field. So they're going to share that around to some of the junior clubs and let them run around out here, and I don't have a problem with that because this field is absolutely magnificent. And yeah, I didn't know they were going to use it for games, but if they share it around to some of these young kids, they'll remember the time they played at the Rabbitohs Centre. And you know, it's a good ground for watching footy. You can stand anywhere around that fence line and see the boys. There's a few in here with me today. There's probably about 20, 30 people all watching the session from the halfway line here. We have got the Indigenous rabbit on the field. There it is. And painted on. The club shared a bit of stuff about that. Yeah. And I did film the boys playing a bit of soccer the other day, and there was a few people saying, oh, bagging them. Look, it was a warm-up drill, and I used to love playing soccer when I was in primary school and growing up. It's just a way to warm the legs up. They're not coming to training and playing soccer all the time. It was just a warm-up drill, and the boys were enjoying it, and, I don't know what people want them to do. Do road runs and hit tackling bags all session. It's just not done. So I didn't have a problem with it. The boys were happy. It's a good warm-up for the body, and then they got into their regular training after that. And Liam LeBlanc scored a good goal, and so did Jake Gagai. Gag's one was a brilliant volley. He just blasted it in the goal, and Liam's wasn't bad either. He got put into a gap, and he just put a finishing touch on it. So it was good content for Bunnies TV anyway, and like I said, no drama from me, the boys doing that. So now they're just doing a few ups and backs here. I did interview AJ the other day, and I asked him about the record, and he was very humble, saying, Billy Slater was very hard to play against, and Billy Slater's 1 try ahead of him. So AJ at the moment is 3rd all time on the try scoring list, but with 1 try he'll go to equal 2nd with the great Billy Slater, and if he scores 2 tries he'll go to 2nd on his own, and he'll be on the way to catching the great Ken Irvine's 212 try total, which I think will be out of reach for this year, but next year, pencil it in. If AJ stays healthy, he'll become the greatest try scorer this game has ever seen. And yeah, looking at him now on Bunnies TV out there with his team. Scored a good one last week, and it'd be nice to see him get some quality ball on the left side. And get a few more. So we had a lot happening here on Tuesday. We had an Indigenous ceremony, and Cody got up and spoke. They did a it was a nice ceremony. They did the Indigenous dance, and they asked for any of the players to come up, and Shaq, Trell and Tyrone got up and did the sort of smoking ceremony dance with the leaves. It was good to watch. You can watch that full ceremony on Bunnies TV on YouTube. You can also watch Tuesday's training session, just like you're watching this. So the only place on the planet you can watch the mighty Rabbitohs training live is right here, with narration by me, Steve Maven, former Rabbitoh, Rabbitoh 757. And we've got 1,199 Rabbitohs now. The last one I think was Frenchie, Matty French. And yeah, so I'm not sure when 1,200 is going to come around. If we keep losing games, I'm pretty sure they might start bringing some young fellas in and giving them a chance. I wouldn't have a problem with that. But yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's get back on the board on Saturday night, out there at Accor Stadium. So it is going to be a big night. The club's got a lot of stuff planned. Now, there's a young fella, I think it's Jadera. I might have to check that. Or is it Bajera? I think it's Bajera, who's a two-time ARIA award-winning artist. He's going to be singing 3 songs before the game. There's going to be the great Nath Merritt's going to be there, playing a part in the Eric Sims medal ceremony. That's it, Jez. Thanks, mate. So, yeah, we'll just spin around here. And there's Amani. And there's a few, like I said, there's a few in here today, a few fans. But yeah, it's going to be a big night at the footy. Like I said, the Indigenous boys will be on the field, the former players like Nath Merritt, Tricky Trindle and others. And it's great to see Mero back playing his part in the team. He looked healthy the other day when I spoke to him, and so yeah, I'll be out there tomorrow night. If you see me out there, come and say good day, and we'll let you go. I'll have a look at the chat before I go, because I do.
Who's the halfback now with Cody Walker?
Okay, here we go. So we've got a lot of the same people in here. Carlix, I'm not sure. I think I might have been calling you a girl or a boy, but I'm not exactly sure whether you are or not. Let me just see here. Hang on a minute. I'll bring this back up. Whoop, I'm standing right in front of it. Sorry. So let me have a look. So we're just, like they've told us to turn the cameras off. Okay, so David Morton says Trella's captain. So there you go. I didn't mention that. Dave Morton's here this morning. He's probably just standing over there on the fence somewhere. Yeah, so Cody's not captain, obviously, because he's out. Peter Evandon's joined us. He said, like the way Cook was used last week, he looked dangerous. He did. So, yes, good comment. Craig Banks said, who's halfback now? Cody's out. Well, I suspect there's going to be Dion because he's 18th man, and I don't think there's any other halfbacks in the extended bench. So, and Carlix said, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. So, Carlix, you can be, whatever gender you like, I suppose. But I just assumed, which I shouldn't do. And Matt Dixon's in there. He said, who's the captain for the Rabbitohs? And that's already been answered. That's why it's good having the live chat, because I don't see the questions, but some of our chatters will actually answer them before I get to the questions. I'll let you go, because all you're doing now is looking at the Heffron Centre building and a young fella standing there, but I will let you go. And like I said, I'll try and have a chat to Coach Hornby a little bit later, so have a look at that, because I want to ask him about a few injuries and how our injured brigade